Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Anthony De Leon, and our topic today is all about managing and caring for self, learning to be a better student. So, kapag sinabing managing and caring for the self and learning to be a better student, ibig sabihin nito ay pag-aalaga at pag-manage ng sarili para mas gumaling sa pag-aaral. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa grades, kundi sa pag-develop ng habits, mindset, at attitude na tumutulong para maging better student. Dito na tayo sa key topics. Letter A. What happens during learning? Brain and behavior changes. So, kapag natututo ka, nagbabago ang utak mo at ang ugali mo. So, nagkakaroon ng bagong connection ang mga brains. Natututo kang mag-isip ng mas maayos at nag-iiba ang behavior mo dahil sa bagong kaalaman. Letter B. Metacognition and study strategies. Metacognition. Ang metacognition ay pag-iisip tungkol sa iniisip mo. Halimbawa, alam mo kung paano ka natuto, kung kailan ka nahihirapan, at ano ang dapat mong gawin para mas maintindihan ang lesson. Study strategies. Mga paraan ng pag-aaral tulad ng pag-highlight, pagsulat ng notes, paggawa ng reviewer, space practice, at iba pa. Letter C. Self-regulated learning. Ibig sabihin, ikaw mismo ang magmamanage ng pag-aaral mo. Kasama dito ang pagsiset ng goals, pagplano kung kailan mag-aaral, pag-monitor kung naiintindihan mo, at pag-adjust kung nahihirapan ka. Next slide po is learning. Learning is the process of acquiring new understanding, knowledge, behaviors, skills, values, attitudes, and preferences. The ability to learn is possessed by humans, animals, and some mechanism. There is also evidence for some kind of learning in certain plants. So, sabi da po digde, ang learning po da is proseso po daning pag-gain po or pag-a-acquire ng mga bagong naiintindihan mo itong mga ideas kang mga ibang tao na tig-gain mo or behavior na kung ano na de-develop mo hali sa ibang tao. Ganon. Or skills and values, attitude and preferences. So, ang ability po daan na nood ning mga bagay-bagay is possess po daan ning mga tao, ning mga hayop and some mechanism like plants. Next po is what happens during learning. Brain and behavior changes. So, kapag natututo ka daw, nagbabago ang utak. May mga bagong connections or synapses. And mas lumalakas ang mga connections pag lagi mong inuulit ang lessons. And nagbabago ang behavior. Nagiging mas maayos ang decision making, problem solving, at habits mo. Next po is learning to be a better student. Learning to be a better student is a lifelong process. Mental and emotional maturity does not come with age. An individual has to learn to control one's thoughts, how to process, have information, and how to motivate oneself to learn. Emotional maturity refers to one's ability to control one's emotion or behavior. So, learning to be a better student. So, para maging better na student, kailangan meron ka nito. Number 1 is mental maturity. So, marunong kang mag-isip ng maayos at lohikal. Number 2, emotional maturity. Marunong mag-control ng emotion, stress, at frustration. Number 3, self-control. Kaya mong i-manage ang oras mo at iwasan ang distraction. Number 4 is self-motivation. Kaya mong i-push ang sarili mo kahit minsan tamad o pagod ka na. So, what happens during learning? Brain changes. Learning changes the physical structure of the brain. These structural changes alter the functional organization of the brain. In other words, learning organizes and reorganizes the brain. So, ang pag-aaral daw ay nagdudulot ng mga pagbabago sa utak. Ang mga pagbabagong ito ay naaapekto sa organisasyon ng utak. Changes associated with learning occur mostly at the level of connections between neurons. New connections form and the internal structure of the existing synapses change. So, kadalasan, ang mga pagbabago na konektado sa pag-aaral ay nangyayari sa koneksyon ng mga neurons. Ang mga bagong koneksyon ay nabubuo at ang panloob na strukturo ng mga synapses ay nagbabago. So, scientists actually have found the brain grows more when you learn something new and less when you practice things you already know. So, sabi na po ng mga scientists, karon nag-grow ang brain mo kapag nakaka-aral ka ng mga bagong things and nag-less po da siya if tigpa-practice mo itong mga bagay-bagay na parami mo nang gigibo or nagibo mo na. Next po is the cerebrum. The cerebrum as the large outer part of the brain controls reading, thinking, learning, speech, emotions, and planned muscle movements like walking. So, inot po is cerebrum. Ining cerebrum po is ini pong dakulang parte po kang utak. Iyan pong garong isaw. And sabi daw po ini po daang nagtatouch ni vision, hearing, speech, reasoning, emotions, learning, and fine control movements. Next is iyan cerebellum. So, cerebellum coordinate muscles movements, maintain postures, and balance. So, ini po siyang kulay brown sa baba. And sunod po is brainstem. Ang brainstem po, yan pong nagkoconnect kang cerebrum to cerebellum. So, brainstem. Relay center connecting the cerebrum and cerebellum to the spinal cord, breathing, heart rate, body temperature, wake and sleep cycles, digestion, sneezing, coughing, vomiting, and swallowing. Yan po. So, scientists actually have found that the brain grows more when you learn something new and less when you practice things you already know. So, sinabi ko nga sa bago na kapag nag-add ka ng mga bagong things, mag-grow ang brain mo. And kapag mo lang itong paulit-ulit na ara mo na, naglilas dyan ang naadalan kang utak mo. And brain cells actually change shape as we learn. And much of the action happens as we sleep, essentially or wiring certain common paths through the brain. So, sinasabi po digdi na kapag nakakanod po kita, nagbabago po digdi ang shape kang utak ta. And nangyayari po inidoy kapag kita turog. And sinasabi ining wiring. So, next is neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to adapt to changes in an individual's environment by forming new neural connections over time. So, sinasabi po digdi na ang neuroplasticity ay ang kakayahan ng utak na umangkop sa mga pagbabago sa kapaligiran sa pamamagitan ng pagbuo ng mga bagong koneksyon. So, neuroplasticity occurs in the brain as follows. Number 1, at the beginning of life, when the immature brain organizes itself. Number 1 is, sabi dapat digdi, sa simula ng buhay, kapag ang immature na utak ay nag-organisa ng sarili. Number 2 is, in case of brain injury, to compensate for lost functions for maximize remaining function. Sa kaso ng pinsala sa utak, upang mabawi ang mga nawalang function o mapakinabangan ang mga natirang function. Number 3 is through adulthood, whenever something new is learned and memorized. So, sa buong pagtanda, kapag may bagong tutunan at naisaulo. Last po is behavior changes. Learning can be defined as the process leading to relatively permanent behavioral change or potential behavioral change. In other words, as we learn, we alter the way we perceive our environment, the way we interpret the incoming stimuli, and therefore the way we interact or behave. So, learning results in lasting changes in how we behave. It alters how we see our environment. It changes how we interpret information, and it affects how we interact and behave. So, positive behavior for learning habits enable students to engage in learning, making good academic progress and sustain good relationships with both adults and peers. Establishing positive behavior for learning habits helps students make smoother transition into college, employment, and adult life. So, good learning habits help students get involved in learning. They lead to academic success and they help build strong relationships. So, good habits make it easier to adjust to college and they help with getting a job and they prepare students for adult life. That's all and thank you.